Take a trip down the rabbit hole. Tyler's 15-month deployment to Iraq was filled with missions and sentry duty, punctuated by roadside bombs, rocket attacks, and close engagement with the enemy, all too standard for infantry duty. Along with this was that special bond that can only develop with fellow soldiers facing extreme peril around every turn in the road. They shore each other up with unfailing support and a twisted sense of humor that can only be manifested in places like this. The camaraderie that develops has no equal. He returned home in December 2007 to his new wife, his high school sweetheart, whom he had married just before he deployed. It was that wonderful honeymoon phase, for the first couple of months anyways. In time, Tyler's wife noticed changes from his old laid-back self. She was worried about his bursts of irrational anger. She questioned why he was so jumpy, why his sleep was so fitful and short-lived. But Tyler was a newly promoted sergeant, so rather than seek help, he decided to push through what he thought was simply a passing phase of readjustment. After the combat injuries he had suffered, Tyler was prescribed painkillers. He had no way of knowing that the euphoric numbness would later provide his escape from himself. But it gradually happened. His need for that numbness, the ability to disassociate himself from his thoughts, became the only way he knew how to survive. He struggled to cope with his thoughts and feelings, and had difficulty finding a way back to his old self, his old life. This phase continued into his next deployment when he was sent to Afghanistan in March 2009. As many combat veterans will attest, this return to the edge was a comfort in a way. Oddly enough, walking the rugged mountain terrain with incoming rocket attacks and a variety of lethal ambushes was his new normal. In this environment, Tyler had good reason to be constantly on edge and anxious about anything that didn't instinctively feel right. These are survival traits in a combat environment, but viewed as strange behavior anywhere else. In Afghanistan, Tyler was squad leader, and his level of responsibility grew tenfold. The pressures of the battlefield and leading his troops consumed his existence. Inevitably, however, Tyler would return home where his demons awaited.